September 26th, 2021. Is that the day that rope dropping died? Well, today we're going to find out. Let's hop into it. Hello and welcome to the Park Hop. My name's Jacob. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Today's episode is brought to us by the Rope Drop Coffee Company, the Park Hop's own fresh roasted coffee line, available exclusively at shoptheparkhop.com. You know, rope dropping is an age-old tradition at Walt Disney World. What is it? Well, I'm sure most of you know. But for those unfamiliar, rope dropping a park or a ride at Walt Disney World is the process of arriving at the park a reasonable amount of time before the park opens, entering the park as soon as they open the gates, and then making your way right to an attraction that would otherwise have a pretty hefty wait time. Now, the theory behind rope dropping is that while you're still waiting for the park to open and you're therefore waiting for that first ride of the day, you're still both decreasing what that wait time's going to be and you're moving it earlier into your day. You're essentially creating more time for yourself to enjoy the parks by getting there early and getting the most crowded queue out of the way first thing in the morning. Now, I've never made a rope dropping video per se. I have mentioned it quite a bit though. I talked about it in my Disney World with no hotel video, my top 5 rides not worth the wait video, and others as well. It's been a fundamental part of how I and others recommend most people structure their day when they go to any amusement park, not just those found at Walt Disney World. But on September 26th, 2021, for the vast majority of park visitors, rope dropping is no longer an option. You see, it used to be that Disney had what they called extra magic hours for resort guests. This meant that on most days, some parks opened an hour early or stayed open a couple of hours late exclusively for Disney World Resort hotel guests. For those not staying on property, choosing a park that didn't have extra magic hours was key to planning their day, and if they wanted to rope drop and get an early jump on things, they needed to pay attention to that. Now, when the parks reopened after the initial COVID-19 closures, it was announced that extra magic hours would be temporarily suspended. Well, much like FastPass, the temporary suspension turned into a permanent elimination. This was frustrating for many people, as one of the advantages of staying at a Disney Resort hotel had been eliminated. Now that capacity has increased and now that operations are getting back to normal, Disney has brought back the early entry benefit for hotel guests, but not in the same way. As of September the 26th, 2021, all resort guests can now enter all of the parks 30 minutes before the official opening. While 30 minutes isn't as much time as you would have typically gotten on an extra magic hours day, that's not the most impactful part. No, the primary impact that this change is going to have on guests is the fact that this means rope dropping is no longer an option for anyone not staying on property. If you're a ticket holder staying at another hotel, no rope drop. If you're a Florida resident visiting for the day, no rope drop. If you're an annual pass holder with the magnet on the back of your car, no rope drop. And this means that for the most part, rope dropping is dead. You know, there are varying estimates as to how many of the people who visit the parks on a daily basis actually are staying at a Disney Resort hotel, but most of these estimates suggest that it's easily a minority of visitors. And if that's true, and it likely is, then that means that most Disney World park guests no longer have the opportunity to get to a park and enter an empty to extremely short line to begin their day. And that sucks. Now, it's entirely possible that this is a temporary measure. The way Disney has announced it is as being a part of the 50th anniversary celebration of Walt Disney World. It's obvious, though, that this is a way to encourage people to stay on property and increase revenue, which seems more of a priority now after the COVID-19 closures than it ever did before, and that's saying something. In a very short period of time, Disney has eliminated FastPass in favor of the paid Lightning Lane feature, announced the upcoming closure of the Magical Express, a free airport shuttle for those staying on property, and removed the included photo pass from the new annual pass holder options in favor of a paid add-on, and enacted other various price increases. Anybody could see that the company is doing whatever it can to try to recoup what profits they didn't see over a very difficult season. Now, I'm not one of those people who gets mad when a company tries to make a profit, Disney included. I didn't like it when Disney limited how long tickets would be good for from the date of first use. I didn't like it when they went to surge pricing on tickets. I didn't like when they increased the annual pass costs by more than $200 in a single year. And I didn't like it when they started charging for hotel parking. And I don't like it that rope dropping is now becoming essentially a hotel perk. But none of those things are wrong, per se, and I'm not going to stomp my feet in anger about any of them, but I do question if all of them are wise. There's no question that when taken as a whole, these changes affect the experience that people get from the product that Disney is offering to the public. And I have to believe that this has to catch up with them at some point. Like anything else, whether it's a house or an amusement park ticket, a thing is worth what someone will pay for it. And as long as people continue to go to Walt Disney World in the volume that they have in recent years, COVID notwithstanding, prices are going to increase. And the things that we've taken for granted as free or included, well, they're just going to become more and more rare. I'm just bummed that something that showed initiative and commitment and excitement on the part of the guest, waking up before dawn to give the park their money before anybody else did, is now viewed as a privilege for a specific category of guest. And that's what brings me to today's question of the day. What ride do you think is the most worthy of rope dropping at Walt Disney World when you're staying on property? There are a lot of good options, so let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. But it seems like for now, rope dropping is dead. For most people. I guess now I'm just going to have to wait in line for Canada Far and Wide like anybody else. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And be sure to leave a comment down below letting us know what you think is the most rope drop worthy attraction in Walt Disney World. In the meantime, my name's Jacob, reminding you to gather your belongings, watch your head and step, and take all small children by the hand.